Tyler from Plugged On. I'm here with a CD collection update number 17, and I haven't done one of these since the summer, so this is going to be everything I've gotten since pretty much the beginning of July, and this is mostly all 2017 stuff, so I won't be going into a lot of detail on a lot of them because I've reviewed a lot of them. You can go check them out. But before I get into that, I want to thank everybody. We just crossed 2,000 subscribers. I think that is absolutely awesome. That fills me with a lot of joy. We've been so close to 2,000 for a really long time now, and so it's great to finally cross that, and just excited for things that we have coming up. It's been a pretty great year for the channel, and so thank you all for watching and checking us out and giving us part of your time, because honestly we wouldn't be doing this without you guys, so it's awesome. So thank you very much, appreciate it. We'll probably have some bigger celebration of 2000 here very soon. Also, another thing that people have been going on a lot about is the audio in our videos. I said this in the most recent weekly breakdown. That's something we are looking into, so just hold tight on that. Hopefully early next year we'll have a lot better audio going on here on the channel. So thank you for your feedback on that. We do appreciate it. We do hear you. We're going to be looking at that very soon. So without further ado, let's get into the CD collection video thingy, Bob, that I want to do. The first thing I want to talk about is a really awesome record store in Philadelphia. Went to Philadelphia in October and spent the day down there. Was just checking out some local stores and stuff. It's called the Vinyl Altar. See it right there. It's a little hard to see. It's on 4th Street in Philly, South 4th Street, and basically, or it's also called Digital Underground. Basically, it's mostly a vinyl. There's Magic the Gathering card collecting stuff in there as well. There's like a game section, and then they do have a lot of different CDs as well, but it's very focused on metal, and it is absolutely up my alley. And if I collected vinyl, I would be going absolutely insane in there. They do have a lot of great CDs, but it also has a lot of underground stuff, imports, and it is just heaven for anybody that's into metal collecting vinyl or CDs, in my opinion. I hope to go back there, you know, at least once a year or something, just check it out. And everybody there that worked there were just phenomenal, very nice people. So I just wanted to give a shout out to them. You know, if you ever go to Philadelphia, go check it out. Venue wise, it's kind of close to the Theater of Living Arts. It's just a couple of streets down. I know the TLA there gets a lot of metal shows and everything. I've been there a few times now, and so, you know, if you're going there, go take a nice little trip over to this place, because it's pretty damn cool. I picked up 3 albums there. Some older albums for some bands that I was looking into getting, one of them being Atheist with Piece of Time. I think this is fantastic. You know, undeniably, when you listen to this, you hear the influence that this band has had on death metal and the technical death metal as it has evolved through the years. This is a great album. I'm really looking to pick up their other albums. I know they don't have a lot of records, but definitely an amazing piece of technical death metal. I like it a lot. And a band that, you know, shame on me for not getting into them earlier or reviewing this album earlier when it came out. Heartless by Pallbearer. This has been taking a lot of Album of the Year awards and just being on top of a lot of people's list, and it absolutely deserves it. This band is phenomenal. This album is incredible. You know, when I picked this up, I just listened to this album nonstop for a few weeks there, and it's great. I love it. I'm going to be listening to it a lot more. And then 2 other albums by the same band. Looking to get a lot more of their albums, a lot more of their older ones, and that's Enslaved with Below the Lights. I love this album. I've been listening to this album a lot, you know, in other ways, Spotify and all that, YouTube, and I love it. Every time I listen to it, there's some phenomenal songs on here. Obviously, the one that stands out the most is Havenless, very crunchy riffs going on there. But you have like the Dead Stare, that's a really good one. As fire swept clean the earth. It's really good, and you can see where, you know, this is Enslaved kind of getting, you know, more and more out of the traditional black metal sound and more into what they are today. It's kind of an in-between thing, and I enjoy it. And then another album I got from them is, if I say this right, Bloodheim. This is one of their older ones here on Season of Mist, and I like this album as well. I need to give it more listens because it hasn't fully clicked with me, but it is cool. Getting some older Enslaved albums there. Like I said, that's it. In terms of like older albums adding to my collection, that's it. So the rest are all 2017. I'm not going to say too much about them because go check out our reviews we reviewed. Just quickly glancing at this, we've reviewed everything. There is a review for every single one of these albums on the channel. So if you want more detail on our thoughts on these, go check it out. The first one, Decapitated with Anticult. You know, obviously they've been in the news recently for very bad things, and you know, I hope they're not true, but it's unfortunate for all parties involved there. You know, I'm not going to speak too much on that. This album has been polarizing, I feel. You're either in the I can't stand this album or I love this album camp. I've really seen nobody in between. I'm on the other side. I love this album. It hits hard. It has incredible riffs, and I love some of the songwriting. It's heavy. It's a different sound for Decapitated. I get that, but people should have seen it coming. In my opinion, they've been different ever since they came back. You know, 7 years ago, 7 years ago with Carnival is Forever. But yeah, Decrepit Birth with Axis Mundi. You know, it's awesome to see these guys finally putting out music. It's been 7 years for these guys putting out music, and I think this is a great return for these guys. Love it. Winter Sun with the Forest Seasons. Another band. Interesting that both Decrepit Birth and Winter Sun came out on the same day because it's been 5 years since we've gotten new Winter Sun music. A different album for Winter Sun, but an album that I thoroughly enjoyed and over time has definitely grown on me a lot. Rings of Saturn with Alta Ula. I said that right. I think it's good. You know, it's Rings of Saturn. And this album I just feels a little bit tighter and catchier than some of their past ones. Probably my biggest surprise of the year, which just like I cannot believe how much I love this album. Cradle of Filth with Cryptoriana, the seductiveness of decay. Yeah, use my words. This album is just amazing. This is one of my favorite albums of the year. I just can't believe that Cradle of Filth put out something so good, because I just feel like their last album, Hammer of the Witches, was also good. You know, it was like, wow, you know, Cradle of Filth, they killed it on this album. I think they have put out consistently okay albums over the past few, but I just wasn't expecting too much, and this album just blows me away. I love it every single time I listen to it. So yeah, check that shit out. What is this? This is stuck to the CD. I didn't even know. Ho-ho. I guess I could hang this up somewhere. Sure. Fuck it. The Black Dahlia Murder with Nightbringers. I enjoy this album a great deal. There's some solid Black Dahlia Murder jams on this album, for sure. Ensiferum, 2 pads. This one came in a different case. It's got this really nice booklet to it that I thoroughly enjoy looking at. I mean, it's just the lyrics, but it's just presented in a little bit different way, packaged a little bit different. I have another album, Twilight Force, with their most recent album, was kind of packaged this way in a little bit different, more booklet style of packaging. Anyways, Ensiferum with 2 pads, awesome album. The Contortionist with Clairvoyant. This album has grown on me a lot since I've reviewed it, and I consistently jam this album. Whenever I'm like at work, I'm like, I just want to listen to something, but just something that just feels nice, helps me focus a lot. Contortion is kind of where I've been going, to be honest with you. August Burns Red, Phantom Anthem. This is another just solid metalcore album from August Burns Red with another batch of pretty neat songs from these guys. Not my favorite album from them, but it does have the jams. Enslaved with E, I guess. This is an album of the year contender for me. I thoroughly love this album. It blows me away every time I listen to it. And it's my favorite album by them since Ratir. I know there's only been one album in between, but just feels like a long time since Ratir. I think that was 2012. But this album is just phenomenal. I mean, Storm Sun is amazing, but then you have Sacred Horse is one that I love, is one of my favorite of the year. So, yeah. Exhumed with Death Revenge. This one is also pretty tight. I love the lyrics on this album. They're dark. They're evil sounding. You combine it with some of the darkest, just heaviest riffs I've heard in death metal in a long time. Take Nightwork, for example, or Dead End is another one. The Harrowing. There are so many just phenomenal riffs on here that just get me going every single time. I love it. Trivium with The Sin, The Sentence. This definitely wins for the best album artwork of 2017. But it's a great kind of return to form in a way for Trivium. I think this is their best album since In Waves. To be honest with you, I love this album. I've consistently jammed this album. Honestly, this is my most listened to album in 2017. It's just something about a great Trivium album. When it gets its hooks in me, its hooks are in me, and it's just always hard to shake it. And it's just awesome that, we've said many times here, Keith and I just really can't stand Silence in the Snow, and it's great to have a complete Trivium album where I feel every song is pretty good. Nay Oblivious Scars, yeah, with Earn. I think this album is cool. Like I said in my review, it's missing something that the first two albums had, especially Citadel, that this one doesn't. I still think it is good. It's a great piece of, music in a collection of songs from these guys. These guys always excite me with what they're going to do next, just because there's so much talent there. But some just doesn't jive with me the way that the other ones do. But like I said, it still is good. Next up, just not too much you need to say about this one. Cannibal Corpse with Red Before Black. It's Cannibal Corpse, and it kicks ass. I love this album for sure. Next up is just an EP, Mastodon with Cold Dark Place. It's good. It's got 4 songs on it, and I mean Northside Star, Blue Wash, Toe to Toe, and the title track is great. Toe to Toes is just, it's a beautiful song. There's a lot of really great material on here. It does sound different for Mastodon. I'm glad it exists for sure. And yeah, Beast in Black with Berserker. This is one of my most recent reviews, and it's power metal, it's corny, it's fun to listen to. This album just completely drops off for me probably about halfway through. Like, I'm just like, I don't need to listen to it anymore. But the first half, man, on point. Some of my favorite power metal I've heard in a long time. Greta Van Fleet with From the Fires. This band is taking off, man. They're going to be very popular as long as they continue with the path that they're going. Very Led Zeppelin, classic rock influence, and just a lot of talent. I'm just finding to me that this album is just, it feels a little bit, I don't want to say timeless because, we have to see years and years down the road where it is, but, I can listen to this album over and over and over again. I have ever since it has come out. And the last one here, Communic with Where Echoes Gather. This band needs more followers and more people listening to them because they are one of the best bands out there, especially in progressive. They're different. They're a little bit more, traditional in their sound, built around riffs and just powerful vocals. Not power metal like, but just like, yeah, nice heavy metal vocals. But they just feel really good, and they create moments of just beauty. you know, all across the Pulse of the Earth in the title track. But then Moondance is one of my favorite tracks that they've ever done. It's a amazing album. Communica's an amazing band. So that's it. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Let me know what things I should check out. And thanks for watching. Thanks for 2,000 subscribers again. See you guys around. And also, last 2 albums of the year going to be reviewed are Morbid Angel and Intervals. There we go. See you later.